So I started doing these things that I called them like max track days. And I luckily had a coach who would be involved in that. And he showed up on the track and he had the track workout all ready for us. And there was like 13 people who showed up to day one. And we all did this track workout together and it was fun. We like split in different paces. And the thing about the track is that you can't really get lost. No one gets left behind
Yeah,
because you're just going in a circle, right?
exactly.
And like
Yep.
it's no one's going to be left behind in a circle. And if you're not starting at the same time and you are like, okay, this person will go off and then 10 seconds later, this person, you really don't know the speeds anyone's going. And
Yeah.
so it was a lot of fun there. And then I hosted another one the next month and we had 30 people come. And then now our last track, yeah, and our last track workout that we just hosted in August had over 73 people come, which is
A
like
big turnout. Yeah.
wild. Yeah, it's like that's wild. But ultimately, I didn't want these track days to be like linked to me as a person because I'm not doing it. I mean, yes, selfishly, I wanted people to do my track workout with me because I didn't want to be alone. But like, I didn't want this to be my thing. I wanted this to be their thing. Like,
Like
I
a
wanted to have
community
a
thing. Yeah.
day. Yeah, I wanted to have a day where like if I didn't show up, it still would happen. I didn't need to be there. Like, I wanted these people to come there and like meet their own friends and like find their own success there. And people were like, "Oh, well, can Max Track Day come and come to this race with a booth?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. I'm not going to advertise like my own track. Like that's just weird." So I started thinking about it and I was like, I think we can make this into like a track club and do it every month. And so I came up with the name and like well, actually, my fiance came up with the name, and then I came up with like the little cheetah because I love cats. And like
Uh,
from there,
okay.
yeah, so there's not a ton of like reasoning behind it. And then from there, we started getting this draw of people who wanted to be on a racing team. And so that brought on like, okay, so now we have this track day that happens every month. Then that transitioned into let's form a track team off of this that doesn't go off a pace, it goes off of effort, right? Like you can be a 6 hour marathoner or you can be a 2:33 marathoner and be on the same team because it's all about like wanting to put in the hard work. And it doesn't matter what that effort looks like in terms of pace, but rather like having that community to build on. And so now we have 30 athletes on the racing team that's like connected to this monthly track workout. And that again spiraled into, okay, now people really want to meet every week. So now we like do a run club every Thursday. And the once
Okay.
a month is our track workouts. Yeah. And it's been great. Like we volunteer, we have a pretty decent like community that just like all hangs out together. People have, met each other and obviously like with nowadays there's been people who've gotten together in relationships, people have met their
Yeah.
best friends through it, like right. And it's just like I have had like a lot of, I don't know, it's been very rewarding seeing like track days and also like people who have joined the track team and watching them grow as athletes. Like that has been such a such a cool thing to see, like someone who comes on to the team or comes to one of our track workouts or even just one of our community runs and it's like, oh, I have these big goals and like let's say it's to break 2 hours and a half. And then all of a sudden, like the next, like after a month or 2 months go by, they're like, actually, like I'm going to go for 1:30. I can do
Nice.
this, and like watching them be inspired by the people who show up. And like, it's a space that I felt like we could move into as a community of like, not necessarily just the social aspect of running, but having the aspect of like being inspired by the people you surround yourself with and working hard together, no matter what that looks like. And so that's kind of like the whole purpose of Society Track Club and like what we're trying to build.